How often have you wished for more peace in your life? Perhaps after a stressful day or a tough conversation that left a mark. What if I told you that Proverbs 15 contains the secret to finding that elusive peace we all crave? It may seem simple, but this chapter holds truths that transform relationships, clarify decisions, and strengthen the spirit. And these aren't just ancient words. They're practical lessons that directly address modern challenges. So, the question is, are you ready to uncover how these timeless teachings can change your life once and for all? Lesson 1. The power of a gentle response. Imagine this: two people arguing. One hurls sharp words like daggers, while the other responds calmly, defusing the tension. Proverbs 15 verse 1 teaches that a soft answer turns away wrath, while harsh words stir up anger. Think about a conflict at work or home. Have you tried responding calmly instead of escalating the situation? Next time, start with phrases like, "I understand your point," or "Can we talk about this?" It's challenging, but it works wonders in transforming tense interactions into constructive conversations. A gentle response isn't about being passive. It's about being strategic. It often catches others off guard and shifts the dynamics of a heated exchange. Picture a driver smiling in response to an angry honk. It disarms even the most impatient drivers. Try it in your daily interactions, and you'll notice how this approach fosters peace and sets the stage for greater harmony. Lesson 2. The value of shared wisdom. Have you ever felt the glow of hearing just the right advice at the right time? Proverbs 15 verse 2 reminds us that the tongue of the wise adorns knowledge. Wise words don't just inform, they elevate and inspire. Think of a mentor whose advice illuminated a path you hadn't seen before. Their wisdom became a turning point, didn't it? Sharing wisdom begins with listening more and speaking with purpose. Wise speech is a habit anyone can develop. Before speaking, ask yourself, will this build up or tear down? On social media, for instance, respond with constructive suggestions instead of criticism. Imagine the ripple effect of speaking with thoughtfulness and empathy. It's transformative, opening doors for growth and deeper connections. Lesson 3. Joy lives in the right perspective. Two people can face the same challenge, yet their reactions differ entirely. While one succumbs to complaints, the other finds reasons to smile. Proverbs 15 verse 15 teaches us that a cheerful heart creates a continual feast. This doesn't mean ignoring difficulties but focusing on what truly matters. Start by listing 3 things you're grateful for every day. It could be as simple as a warm cup of coffee or a kind word from a stranger. Joy is like a muscle, it strengthens with practice. Consider a friend who radiates positivity even during hard times. They aren't lucky. They've chosen gratitude over comparison. Replace "I don't have this" with "I'm thankful for that," and see how your perspective shifts. Joy is contagious, and its transformative power lays the foundation for humility. Lesson 4. Humility attracts wisdom. Humility is the fertile ground where wisdom grows. Proverbs 15 verse 33 reminds us that before honor comes humility. Acknowledging that we don't have all the answers opens the door to growth. Think of a coworker who constantly seeks to learn from others, regardless of their status. That willingness to listen elevates them. Try this. Dedicate a day to listening more than speaking. Ask someone a thoughtful question. You may uncover insights you never expected. True humility isn't self-deprecation. It's the courage to learn from life's experiences, even from criticism. The most genuinely wise individuals are rarely arrogant. They know wisdom is infinite. Treat feedback as a gift rather than a setback, and you'll see how this mindset propels your personal and professional growth. This leads naturally to the importance of seeking counsel. Lesson 5. The importance of listening to counsel. A good piece of advice is like a map for unfamiliar terrain. Proverbs 15 verse 31 states that those who listen to life-giving correction dwell among the wise. Often, our first reaction to advice is defensive. Who enjoys being corrected? But what if we saw constructive criticism as a tool for growth? For example, ask a trusted colleague for feedback on a project. This simple practice not only refines your skills but also demonstrates maturity. The power of counsel lies in its application. Think of great leaders. They surround themselves with mentors because they know they can't foresee everything alone. Start small. Read books like Mindset by Carol Dweck or The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Absorbing such guidance opens new doors of understanding. And speaking of doors, nothing is more valuable than peace in your home. Lesson 6. Peace at home starts with communication. A home filled with love is a sanctuary. And Proverbs 15 verse 17 teaches that a simple meal with love is better than a feast with hatred. How often do dinners become tense due to poor communication? Imagine sitting around the table, sharing stories instead of arguments. Start by asking your family, what was the best part of your day? This small question can spark meaningful conversations. Creating peace at home doesn't require wealth but effort and empathy. It's about listening before speaking and choosing words that unite. Introduce lighthearted moments, like a family game night, to shift focus away from stress. A harmonious home becomes the foundation for walking paths of integrity and justice. Lesson 7. Choosing straight and just paths. Proverbs 15 verse 29 tells us that the Lord hears the prayers of the righteous but is far from the wicked. Walking in integrity isn't about grand gestures but daily decisions that reflect honesty. Have you ever felt the peace of knowing you did the right thing, even when no one was watching? Whether it's returning incorrect change or owning up to a mistake at work, these acts shape your character. Choosing justice isn't always the easiest path, but it's the most rewarding. Consider Martin Luther King Jr., who championed justice despite immense challenges. On a smaller scale, you can start by addressing misunderstandings with empathy. Integrity in small things builds the foundation for larger victories. And joy, surprisingly, becomes a key ally on this journey. Lesson 8. A cheerful heart brightens the day. Proverbs 15 verse 13 teaches that a cheerful heart beautifies the face, while sadness crushes the spirit. This isn't just about appearances. It's about how inner joy transforms your energy and interactions. Have you ever noticed how being around genuinely joyful people lifts your mood? Joy isn't circumstantial. It's a choice. Start by practicing gratitude daily. Write down 3 things you're thankful for today, no matter how small. Joy also helps us face challenges with resilience. Even on tough days, find something to smile about. A funny memory, a kind gesture, or just the beauty of being alive. Smiling, even when forced, releases endorphins and reduces stress. Spread this positive energy at work, home, or even in traffic, and watch how it opens the door to resilience. Lesson 9. The power of resilience. Proverbs 15 verse 19 compares a lazy person's path to a hedge of thorns but calls the way of the upright a highway. Resilience is about tackling one challenge at a time instead of letting them pile up. Have you ever procrastinated on a task, only to feel overwhelmed later? Start your day by tackling the most challenging task first. This approach, known as eating the frog, clears the way for a more productive day. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding exhaustion but persevering through it. Think of athletes who train daily despite setbacks. What's your equivalent? Maybe it's learning a new skill or pursuing a distant dream. Small wins fuel motivation, reminding us that we're never alone in this journey. After all, someone is always watching over us. Lesson 10. God's presence in life. Proverbs 15 verse 3 reminds us that the eyes of the Lord are everywhere, observing both the good and the bad. This truth is both comforting and challenging. It comforts us because we are never alone, even in our most isolated moments. Think about a time when you felt unnoticed. God saw it. But it also challenges us to live with integrity, even when no one else is watching. How do your actions reflect your values when no one's around? God's constant presence serves as a gentle reminder that every choice matters. From how we treat a stranger to major life decisions, everything reflects our character. Try dedicating a few moments each day to reflection, whether through prayer, reading Proverbs, or silent contemplation. This connection strengthens us to apply all the lessons we've learned together. Now that you've uncovered the life-changing secrets of Proverbs 15, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? These lessons only come to life when put into action. Think about a moment today where you could respond with more gentleness, seek wisdom in a tough conversation, or bring peace to your home. Which of these can you apply right now? Don't wait for tomorrow to start making changes. Your life is ready to take a leap forward, but it begins with your first step. And here's the invitation. Join us on this journey of learning and transformation. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and don't miss a single piece of content that can reshape the way you live. Together, let's explore how Proverbs wisdom can guide us through everyday challenges. After all, who said living in peace is impossible?